who is actually wanting to know is, will there be a budget-style tank that takes a cart, or something like the Little Mama or the Challenger tank, or something like that?
I don't understand the word budget.
Budget, cheap,
Lower
inexpensive, low cost.
Low cost tank.
Yes.
Low cost tank. Okay. Let's say that I make a low cost tank. To be a low cost, it has to have a cap and a body, and maybe a hole, and the atomizer will go through this hole, like something like a map tank.
Yes.
Let's say maybe. Yes.
Yes.
But this thing exists. No reason to make it, and it is cheap too. Why to make something like this? We will not earn anything.
Right. Fair enough. It already exists, so there's no point in making it.
Yes.
That seems eminently logical. Has to be said. Sorry.
Indeed.
Windy. So what's the next one then, Salv?
Next question came from Kandov, and he wants to know, is there going to be an adapter to use the UFS on non-GG devices?
No, I will not make an adapter like this, because the man from Poland already makes this adapter, and it was his idea, and I don't want to steal his idea and his work and his money.
Okay. Yes, and if you tune into the show tomorrow night, I'm going to be taking a look at one, because I have one here, which you can't see very well, but it is here. So I'm going to have a quick look at that tomorrow, and very useful that is too. But again, you see, this is one of the things I do like. Now, I've been accused of being a GG fanboy before now. And I suppose to some extent I am, because I do like the idea that if somebody else has got it out, there's no need to do it again. That makes sense to me.
Yes, yes. Except, of course, if people have complaints about what another man makes, or if I can make it too much better, those are some reasons I could do that. But if people are satisfied, and it's an okay device, I don't want to do it, then I don't have a reason. I want to make something unique, something that doesn't exist, and at the same time gives more pleasure to people. This way I was thinking when I made Odysseus. To make something that already exists is totally useless. We don't offer something to Isikare world. It's a silly move. Well, that's it.
Okay, okay. And the next one, please, Sav.
The next one, I didn't get the name of who sent the question, but the question is, are there any plans to make a pass-through for the GG?
Pass-through for the G exists 2 years now. I made it. I made 100 pieces. I sold them. But the reason I stopped making this pass-through was only because I couldn't make a decent wall plug with its wire to connect it to the GG. Because all the time, the man that made this USB had a problem to stick the plastic and the metal piece for the USB. So every time we were trying to screw USB on the GG, plastic and metal part slide each other, and they got unconnected. Wires were broke. But I found a way, a very easy way. The easy way is to buy something from China, wall plug from China, and make the exact connector I need for GG. It's very easy, and I will do it after Odysseus maybe.
Okay, so there you go. You heard it here first again. That there'll be a new pass-through for the GGTS, which is good news for a lot of people, I'm sure, especially those folks that are sat with a wall plug just to the right of their armchair. Can't think who I'm talking about. And I'm not looking at anybody in particular down there.
when you are talking too quickly, I don't understand anything, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you must forgive me. I do tend to speak quickly sometimes. It's a problem I have. I'll try and slow down a little for the last 10 minutes or so. What's the next question, Sav?
The next question is from Gary Dibley, and he says, how do you feel about adding electronics to one of the best non-electronic mods on the market?
Which is the best non-electronic mod in the market?
How would you feel about adding electronics to your GG line?
How do I feel about electronic devices?
Well, adding electronics to the GG line.
But I will do it either. When I will make a VV module, but I want to make something different. I want to give more features to the people, and at the same time I want to make it as in the of GG. The philosophy of GG is to be friendly user-friendly, excuse me, and to be able for the user to, if the electronic part fails, because electronic parts fail either, so I want the user to be able to change the electronic part without sending me back the device to fix it. I will send him the electronic part, he will fit it inside, and it will work again.
Okay, that sounds awfully familiar, I have to say. That's pretty much the way the kit works, and I think I saw a question coming in that included that again. Could you hit us with that one, please, Sav?
Yes, Raw Veg has asked, what do you think...
Excuse me, Sav, excuse me.
Yes?
Dave, because you said that that this way kick works. This idea, if you search GG forum, you will see that what Darwin guy made. I had thought of this 2 years ago. I had made a small prototype, and I put it upon the battery, and we could change voltage. But it was static. It was 4.6.
Right.
I want to say that what I'm making is not something like Darwin that will drop it on the battery, and then if we want to change watts, we have to put it again out to check it again, and you put it in. You will not take out anything. You will have your device. You will make all your adjustments, and if the electronic part fails, you will take it off, put the other one. But all this will be in one piece with a display and other things.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be in another piece of tubing that fits onto the GG.
Yes.
Right. I understand. I think that probably answers the question that you were just coming up with as well, Sav, does it?
Pretty much.
Good. Well, it was quite a long one as well, because I saw it go past on the screen.
Yes.
So what's the next one then?
The next one is a question from Jason Schumann, and he says, I know you just updated the buttons, but do you think you will make another run of adjustable throw buttons?
No, because people got confused with this button. And I had enough problems and questions, and sometimes I sent buttons to people that thought they had a problem without, and the problem didn't exist. No, I will not do it. No.
Okay. No sitting on the fence there. Straight out with it. Have we another one?
We have, and this is a question. I must apologise to Daz. He asked it ages ago and it got lost on my page. He wants to know, will Emil supply enough products to supply the UK market, as 35 at a time is clearly not enough?
That is an interesting point. Yes.
If I would make enough tanks.
Well, enough of everything. What's happened over here is that
yes.
Stock at E6 is sold out in half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. We televised a sellout a while ago, and it just doesn't stay on the shelves for any length of time. And I think the question is can we expect to see bigger production runs in the future?
There are many problems on the big production, and the first and bigger one is that it's very difficult to find a decent man to work with you. I asked before I start with this man with a CNC machine, I asked 5 shops, 4 of them were stupid, totally stupid, and I found this man that is very helpful. He's very quick. I don't want to go to other shops. I want to stick to this man. So production will be always like this. But if you check the last 2 or 3 months, I have all the pieces we need. We don't run out of GGTs. I'm trying to make things easier. I make stealths again. And the bad thing is that if I make a big batch, let's say 2,000 pieces, I need 3 months for it. So I prefer to make 500 or 1,000 to give it to the people, and then to make another batch and to go like this. We don't need to wait 3 or 4 months. There is no reason for that.
Right. Right. So it's actually down to the machine shop that you use. It's the time they take.
Yes.
Yes. Right. I understand that.
The bad thing, Dave, the bad thing is that I don't make simple pieces. Let's say if I had to make 3 pieces for an e-cigarette, it would be very easy. I could make 5,000 GGs. But every GG is a little difficult to be made. The most easier was stealth. Okay, but to make something like GGTs, you need 2 months for 600 pieces.
Right. Yes, it's. I can understand that it's frustrating for everybody. It has to be.
Imagine Odysseus. It has more parts than GGTs, and they are small, which means that they are more difficult to be produced. If I wait until a CNC machine makes 2,000 parts, I will send Odysseus on summer.
Right. Okay. That's perfectly plain. And as I say, I understand the frustration that you must feel, as well as the people out there. And me too. But yes. So there we go. It's down to production time, is how it works.
Yes.
And let's move on, because I know we've still got loads of questions left, haven't we, Self?
Most of them have actually been answered. We've got 2 left.
Okay.
This one is, Emil, have you ever thought of building a Venturi feeder? Can't help you any more than that.
Venturi feeder. I don't. If it is what I think, Venturi is invent the way liquid flows and all this physics about liquids. I think that UFS or Odysseus is something like Venturi. Liquid goes inside the wick because of the gravity, and goes through the wick.
That's not quite a Venturi. If you think about a spray gun,
I didn't understand, Dave.
You know a paint spray gun that you use for spray painting. Yeah,
I don't understand.
Okay, we'll have to pick that one up, I think, possibly at another time. It's quite a complicated concept, but basically as the air flows over the top of a tube, it sucks the liquid up the tube and blows it into the airstream. So with the right the right mechanics, you could suck liquid up by the airflow over a coil. It's quite a complex.
Yes. I will tell you this. We need simple things. Simple is sometimes more difficult than the difficult things. If, for example, we can make something in a simple way, we will prefer the simple way. First of all, there's no reason to me, if something in a simple way works very well, to make it complicated, because it will come more expensive without reason. If, for example, Odysseus, what we need for an atomizer? We need regulating air and liquid. We don't need something else. Atomizer works like this. Okay. If we have Odysseus that we regulate in a better way than UFS, because it's my construction and I don't need China stuff, which I don't know exactly how they are made or what every factory makes on atomizers. Some of them are fitted well, some are not fitted well. So if Odysseus has the right way to leave a liquid go inside it, and we have the air control of GGTS, I don't think that we need something more.
Okay.
If you agree, of course.
Well, I understand how the Venturi principle works, and it works on the speed of the airflow, and I'm not sure that you could sort it out to work, but it's an interesting project for somebody to take on. We've got about 30 seconds left, I think, Sav. Is there a very, very quick question, or do I need to wind it up?
The last question we've got is actually a question for you from Daz, and he wants to know, are you growing your beard because you're really Father Christmas?
I've been caught out. I am Saint Nick. I might even have a little red hat on tomorrow.
Can you please ask again, Sav?
They just want to know in chat if Dave is really Father Christmas in disguise.
I did ask that again.
St. Nicholas. Me. Am I Father Christmas? Santa Claus. I don't know whether it translates.
No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Emil. It was just the audience taking a rise out of me, he said, trying to choose his words. I've got to wrap it up now, and I want to say a big thank you to Emil for coming and joining us from Greece. I do apologise for the stutters at the start of the show, but it looks as though it's run well. For the rest of that, it will obviously be available on replay, and there'll be no stutters. It'll all flow seamlessly, we hope. My thanks again to Sav in the doghouse and Kat in chat feeding the questions through. Until I see you next time on VT Talk, from the whole of the team here and from Emil. Thanks again, Emil.
Dave, do you have a Greek question? I will answer immediately with no questions.
We have.
All questions are in English.
In English, we've actually run out of questions and we've run out of time, Emil. The only thing I will ask you is, what does Emil mean?
Emil means I am.
There you go. And on that note, we'll see you next time here on VT Talk, and I'll see you tomorrow night on the Haze Hour. Until then, vape hard. Enjoy yourselves. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.